Hello? Yes, I'd like to order a pizza. 12-inch, thin and crispy vegetarian. No, I can't hold the phone any closer to my mouth. My elbows don't work. Yes, I'd like some extra toppings. Right, ham, bacon, spicy pork, sausage, pepperoni, pineapple, tomatoes, green peppers, red peppers, onions, red onions, sweet corn, jalapenos, and mushrooms. That's it. Well, I don't know how you're going to fit it all on. That's your job. What? Delivery, of course. Yes, it's number 1, Snake Mountain. Snake Mountain. Eternia. Yes. Ring the bell and ask for Beastman. And if it's not there within the hour, I get it for free, yes? Have a miserable day. Goodbye. Greetings. I am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk. Thanks for joining me. We have a bumper crop of questions again this week, so I'll get straight into it. First of all, GerardO'Connor asks, what's your problem with gingers? And are you afraid of the dark? Well, I have no problem with gingers, except for the fact that they have hair and I don't. My favourite ginger is Beastman. And no, I am not afraid of the dark. On the contrary, the dark is afraid of me. Thank you for your questions, Gerard. ChristineGwilt writes a series of questions. Firstly, who is the green fellow in your previous episode? Well, the creature you refer to is Whiplash. I shall introduce you. Whiplash! Come hither, you fool!
Yes, Skeletor?
Say hello to Christine.
Hello.
Now show her your tail.
Here it is.
Right, now go away quickly before I beat you. Christine's second and third questions are, as you're a skeleton, how do you get those big muscles? And do you have any workout tips? Well, I am not a skeleton, only my head has been skeletonized. And my big muscles come from years of furious and relentless self-abuse. My only workout tip is to ensure you have incredibly difficult bowel movements at least 4 times a week. Christine's last question is, could you do a workout video like Mr. Motivator? No, I do not own any Lycra. Thank you for your questions, Christine. The next question comes from ReadingMovies, and he asks, does the sight of Boney from Trapdoor horrify you or make you laugh? Neither. I am filled with pity for this long-faced fellow. Well, I am, however, horrified by plasticine. I hope that helps, and thank you for your question, ReadingMovies. Luke from ReynoldsReviews writes, is the enemy of your enemy your friend? I assume you dislike She-Ra the same as He-Man, so are you friends with Hordak? And would you consider joining forces? An excellent question, Luke. Well, I don't dislike She-Ra. In fact, I find her quite attractive. As for Hordak, ever since I broke away from his tutelage, we have disliked each other immensely. This is not helped by the fact that at least once a month I sneak into his garden and steal his washing. He knows it's me because I leave a note. Thanks for that great question, Luke. TravelswithJasonF asks, who would win in a fight between Mr. T, Hulk Hogan, and Jackie Chan? It's a free-for-all match. Well, Jackie Chan would win this easily, although he would break all his own bones in the process. However, if all three were allowed to bring their pets into the ring, the result would be quite different. Jackie Chan has a fish that would expire immediately. Hulk Hogan has a timid budgie that would fly off, leaving Mr. T, who has a particularly aggressive weasel. Thanks for your question, Jason. StephenGray writes, given that He-Man caused you so many problems, do you think you would have had more success against Lion-O and the Thundercats? And how do you think you would have fared against the Ninja Turtles? Well, the Ninja Turtles would be no match for my havoc magic. They would be turtle soup just in time for dinner. And as for the Thundercats, I don't think we would be enemies, as we all have a mutual hatred for that bell-end Mumra. He is a prized twat. And thank you for your question, Stephen. BenStutley asks a series of questions again, but I shall have to get my tablet to read them off. Bear with me. Thank you for waiting. Right, Ben's first question is, as an angry, disgruntled peasant, why do I have to ask you questions? What's in it for me? You've got a castle already. Well, you don't have to ask me questions. You are simply invited to. It's my way of giving back to the community. And no, I don't own a castle. I own a mountain. Ben's second question is, on the Dulux color chart, which shade of purple do you wear? And more importantly, do you think it's complementary to a bone skin tone? Well, I do think my choice of color is complementary to my bone complexion, and the shade is called Blueberry Annihilation. And Ben's last question is, surely a teaspoon of locally sourced honey is the sweetener for Lemsip? If this is not cause for a popular revolt in the comments section, we are all doomed. Well, you are 100% correct about the honey, Ben. I do not know what I was thinking. However, I dislike admitting when I am wrong, so shut up. Thank you for your questions, Ben. The next question comes from Dave at VintageToyRush, and he writes, Skeletor, what do you like to do in your spare time? Do you enjoy a good beer down the pub? Do you play any sports like badminton? Or are you a keen gardener? Well, an excellent question, Dave. Thank you for asking. I spend a lot of my time identifying different types of lizard around Snake Mountain. There are many. I enjoy playing golf, although my handicap is a little high at 48. I listen to a lot of music, particularly technical progressive metal, Swedish death metal, and Glenn Miller. I enjoy whipping Beastman and can lose several hours per week in this pursuit. However, one of my favorite things to do is to practice emerging from the shadows. I am very good at this, and around Snake Mountain there are very few shadows from within which I have not emerged. I also play the bass guitar. Thanks for the questions, Dave. JamesFancher asks, which would you choose, Commodore 64 or Nintendo 64? A devilish question, James. My initial response would of course be the Commodore 64, although I did prefer its successor, the Amiga. However, I must say that GoldenEye on the N64 is one of the most enjoyable games I have ever played, so the console would likely get my vote. Thank you, James. Can I have an easier question next time, please? And that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. and share it with your minions. Please do subscribe to the channel and leave a comment or question for me for next week. But until then, I'm going to eat grapes and watch A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. See you later. Bye!